Welcome to this lecture series on starting a business. This is part one from the series on an introduction to entrepreneurship. This presentation series will focus on the following. Is entrepreneurship right for you? Setting up and maintaining a small business, overcoming business challenges, legal implications, financing and promoting your business, as well as business planning. Now, for today's lesson, or this particular lesson, the focus will be on, is entrepreneurship right for you? Now, who will benefit from this session? The unemployed, persons wanting to own their own business, individuals who want to transition from full-time to part-time employment, existing small business operators, and entrepreneurs who cannot really gain benefits due to their informality. Now, there are a few lesson objectives for the session. So at the end of this lesson, you should be able to differentiate between the entrepreneur, the intrapreneur, evaluate your skills and talents that can be used to start a business, understand entrepreneurial personal characteristics, as well as to assess if entrepreneurship is a viable option for you, the learner. Now, who am I? Your teacher today is Lyssa-Ann Clarke. I am a teacher, facilitator. I'm a serial author. I've written 7 books now. I am a business professional. I have a master's in business administration with a specialization in entrepreneurship. And I also have a teaching degree in business and computing. Okay, you can email me at bizcoachja@gmail.com. I'm also found on Instagram at the prophetic author and the creative biz coach. This information you'll see at the end of the slideshow again. Okay, so our focus. What is entrepreneurship? What is entrepreneurship? Some persons might not have heard the term, but we all know the term businessman or business owner. Now, entrepreneurship is a factor of production. It is an element needed to be productive. You learn about that if you do principles of business or economics. It's also defined as the process of starting a business. Now, who conducts entrepreneurship? Entrepreneurship as a factor of production is usually managed by the entrepreneur. Now, who is the entrepreneur, since that word is derived from entrepreneurship? The entrepreneur is that person who takes the risk to start a business, who takes the risk to utilize the factors of production, who takes the risk to offer a service or a production to customers, consumers, someone who wants a problem solved. Now let's look at a formal definition here. Here we see where starting and operating a business has gotten easier over the years. People still operate traditional brick and mortar businesses, starting small and expanding over time. And yet there are also those who use more modern technology. They utilize marketing systems and strategies who are more technologically savvy, especially the millennials. They don't have time to start from scratch. They are so tech savvy that they find ways to earn online using not a whole lot of traditional effort. They know how to earn, how to get an income, how to gain an audience, how to sustain an audience, and how to monetize content. Okay, so there are traditional ways in which businesses are established, and then now we have the more modern ways in which businesses are established. Okay, these individuals adopt what we call a work smarter attitude, and they actually get to enjoy life while working. I'm sure if you're a social media follower, you will see persons on the internet traveling to various countries, posting their blogs or their vlogs, and while they're posting, they're earning while they're having fun. Unlike traditional entrepreneurs who have to be at a particular location working 9 to 5. No, if you had a choice, or if you have dreamt of owning your own business, Would you rather be able to have a flexible business where you can earn from wherever you are in the world, or because of your passion and what you want to do, would you rather have a traditional business established at a particular location, right? Now, I have a question to ask you. Do you earn while you sleep in your business? Well, for those who say no, let me tell you something. This has been a consideration, right, for many individuals who choose non-traditional methods. They do not want to be tied down to a particular location. They want to be able to earn while they sleep. And I'm not talking about multi-level businesses. I'm talking about utilizing the skill set that you have and to put it in a manner where persons globally can benefit from it. No. How is this possible? Globalization has facilitated online trade, transaction, and businesses. We are no longer limited to plying our trade only at home. Automation and systems make work easier and facilitate record keeping. While we sleep, we can generate sales online through websites. Therefore, marketing is not limited to traditional door-to-door sales or advertisements in local newspapers. Search engine optimization, robotics, social media advertisements, and email marketing facilitate this type of marketing on a larger scale, right, than traditional advertisement. And that is good news. That's fantastic news. Let us now get a better understanding of who the business owner is. Now, the entrepreneur is an individual who engages in a legal commercial activity and is willing to accept accompanying risks to start a business with the aim to make a profit. So you may know persons who have businesses, but the formal definition is that the business must be legal. So someone cannot be selling drugs and we call it a formal business. It cannot be formalized. It must be legal. On the other hand, we have the entrepreneur, and this is someone who is employed to an organization and helps the organization to make its profit. I have a question for you. Who are you? What do you want to do? Are you employed? Are you an entrepreneur or are you an entrepreneur? What do you want to do? Do you work for someone or do you work for yourself? And I have another question. Do you have what it takes to become an entrepreneur? There are many persons who have dreams, and yet they may have doubts, wondering if they are capable to perform or to function in the capacity in which they have dreamt of. Okay? For many individuals, they require formalized training, meaning that you have to go back to school to learn. For example, if you want to become a nurse, a teacher, a policeman, you have to go to school and you have to be taught the system. For entrepreneurs, is it the same? Let's see. For entrepreneurs, there are some things called PECs. They are the personal characteristics of the entrepreneur that are usually analyzed. And these are what we usually use to see, okay, do you have what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur? Now, regardless of how one becomes the entrepreneur, to become a successful business owner takes work. It does not come overnight. You can't just sit down and say you want to do a business and expect it to grow. It takes effort. And the time used in business depends on factors including the business structure, what type of business is it that you're establishing, the strategy that you plan on using. Do you have adequate resources that are needed for you to properly establish this business? Now, traditionally, to become a business owner, one would either learn in a family business, through a mentor, through experiential learning or by chance. We see many employees work in a traditional business. They go up the ladder, they learn from the supervisor, and then they become competitor to their former employer. We see this happen all the time. Now, anyone can be a business owner, but success and profitability varies. And why I say anyone can be a business owner is that you can easily be a silent investor in a business that is successful. Okay? But to truly be an entrepreneur, it takes characteristics such as tenacity and risks and creativity. Now, do you yearn for business success? Do you dream about starting your own business? Let us look on these characteristics that are needed. And as I go through the characteristics, I want you to think about your personality and the talents that you have. Now, before you establish your business, okay, it is always good for you to do personality tests. Personality tests, these can be done online, okay. These help to show what type of an individual you are. If you're a realistic person, if you're a creative person, a social person, if you do better as a caretaker or an entrepreneur. I will encourage you to go online, look at the Briggs-Myers personality test. There are so many different personality tests that you can find online, and they can tell you where your leaning is. Okay, if it is that you're a realist, then you'll be interested in fixing things. Okay, if you're a caregiver, then you'll care about people's issues, their problems. You'd want to take care of their needs. You have a lot of compassion, right? It'll also show if you're a creative person. Now, for this section, I want you to get a piece of paper out or use your computer, and I want you to make a note of the characteristics that sounds like you. The things that you normally do or the things that you like to do, I want you to write it down. Okay, and then at the end, I want you to just make a count, make a tally of the number of characteristics that best describes you. And then what you will do is, for those areas that you are weak in, that you do not have, then what you can do is to get persons with those characteristics to help you to make your business a success. Okay, let's look on the characteristics now of an entrepreneur. And what I'm actually using, this information is taken from the CEFE guide, which is what I usually use to teach. The only difference is that I added creativity, which is not an element in the CEFE guide. Okay, so to be an entrepreneur, it is said that you must be a risk taker. Risk taking is a characteristic of an entrepreneur. That means that you should not be an individual who always want to take it safe. But here's the difference. You should not just be taking any and any risk, not wild risk. It is calculated risk taking. So you think carefully about your investments. You think carefully about how you're going to spend your money, who you will employ, how if you plan on diversifying, whatever decision it is that you're taking, right? You weigh the pros and the cons, and you make a calculated decision, risk-taking decision. Okay? Information seeking now. Are you willing to seek the information that you need to build a profitable business? And not just that, you need to be able to stay on top of the game. Do you read the newspaper? Are you in the know? Is your ear on the ground to know what is happening in the industry? You have to be an information seeker. Otherwise, you will be stuck when the rest of your industry has gone ahead. So that is a characteristic that is good for you to have, and it's a necessity. We see with COVID, where many organizations, even training institutions, they were forced, right, to go online. And teachers who or organizations that are used to operating in a face-to-face mode now found it easy to communicate with their clients online using various tools. Okay. Another element is commitment to quality and efficiency. This relates to not just customer service, but standards. What standards do you have? There are ISO standards, there are various quality standards. You may have your own standards or customer charter in your organization, right? If you don't have a customer charter, if you don't have a quality standard, then research, look on the internet, find a model, adopt one, and create one for your organization. You must be committed to quality and efficiency so that your organization will have a good track record and its name will grow and your brand will sell and persons will want to purchase from you, because the aim of the entrepreneur is to actually make a profit, to make money, right? And for some individuals, their aim is to get rich. There are other organizations, their main purpose is just to provide a service or a good, right? So let us now look on the next characteristic. Is persistence. Do you give up easily? Do you keep trying despite your circumstances? Well, let me encourage you today to do not give up. Keep trying. When I think about Colonel Sanders, the KFC inventor, he failed many times before he finally came upon the formula for the success of the original KFC chicken. What if he had given up? Would we be able to enjoy our beloved KFC? Right? Here in Jamaica, that is a staple, that is a favorite, especially for children. I know many persons who go abroad, and when they come to Jamaica, they must get a bucket of KFC chicken. Right? What if Colonel Sanders gave up? So keep trying despite the odds. If you have a dream, if you have a dream to become an entrepreneur, if you have a dream to solve problems, even if your business failed today, that don't mean that you won't be able to come through with some breaking technology or innovation that will be able to generate revenue for you. There are many persons who by accident are able to fill a need. Okay? And that ties in with commitment to work contract too. Because here we see where, for example, you're tasked with a problem, you're tasked to solve a problem, right? You have tried 10 times. The problem is still not solved. Are you committed to keep trying? It is similar to persistence. And not only that, there are some persons who, if it is that they're not able to do what they think they could do, they give up. They give up. They don't continue to try. So you must be persistent and you must be committed. For example, again, to your customer. You told your customers that you're going to be opening at 10 o'clock, right? And I remember, I see this happen a lot with small business owners, right? I remember once going to a hairdresser. She was supposed to open at 10 o'clock. At midday, she still was not open. And we know when it comes to the hair salon, it takes hours to get through. You have to be committed to your work contract. If you say you're going to be working from 9 to 5, work from 9 to 5. That has also implications when it comes on to commitment to quality and efficiency. So it works together. All right, the characteristics. Let's look on some more. Here we have systematic planning and monitoring. So do you have systems in place? Do you have written procedures and policies? Do you have an operations plan? Do you monitor how things should be done in your organization? Do you have automated systems? Do you have an app that captures your email? Do you have an automatic responder? How do you operate? And that is why it's important for business owners to have a business plan, business model, they should have some ideas to how they plan to execute the functions of the organization, because anything can happen. Suppose you get sick, suppose you die, what will happen to your family? Okay, someone should be able to take up a manual, someone should be able to read, someone should be able to ensure the continuity of your organization. So it's always good to record, it's always good to monitor, check and see, are the systems working? Let me do a quality check. Okay, are we functioning as we intended? Are we in alignment with our vision and our mission? Right? Yes. Are we doing what we promised to our customers? Are we offering that? So you have to look on that when it comes to systematic planning and monitoring. Are you having meetings? When you have your meetings, your department meetings or so, if it's a small business and it's 2 persons in the organization, do you as the manager speak to the officer and get information as to the complaints, the concerns, the good news, the feedback that you get from your customers? Do you have discussion to see how you can improve? All of that is important. Let's look on another one, creativity. Are you creative? If you are not the creative individual, do you have a department where persons would think about new product ideas? Persons would come up with innovations to help to solve whatever issues you have? Okay. Do you have, usually from many organizations, the creatives are a part of the marketing department, or they'll have a special department where persons would problem solve. So creatives are usually much more relaxed and have a different approach, but they can generate fantastic ideas for your business. Listen to your creatives. Listen to your creatives. Okay? Because they are trendy. They know, especially now with this generation, how to get the young people to buy your products. Okay? They are of value. So don't shut down your creatives. They are of value. And that is why organizations like Google and Apple, they strive, they excel, because they hire a lot of creatives and they ensure that the organization is relaxed and they produce extraordinary ideas. Apple is known to come out with innovation where persons don't even know that they want it. People didn't know what an iPod was. Why would you want an iPod when you have no clue what an iPod is, right? So the creatives, they innovate and they predict what might be needed in the future, right? Being creative can also be shown in how you market your products, in how you label your products, in how you package your products. Okay, that is important. The next characteristic is persuasion and networking. Are you confident enough? Are you able or capable enough to sell your business, to recommend your product to others, to say you're in a forum, you're in a networking session, you're sitting around a table at an event. Are you able to share information about your business with strangers? Persuasion and networking is important, especially if you want to attract investors. Are you able to give a 1-minute summary of your business should you meet a joint venture capitalist or an investor, say in the elevator? Are you able to do a business pitch? Persuasion and networking is important, right? That's important. You have to believe in your products. You have to believe in your capability, in your talents, in your gifting. Okay? And when you believe, others will be able to believe in you as well. Here we have another characteristic, self-confidence. Marcus Garvey said, without self-confidence, we're twice defeated in the race of life. Always be confident. Be confident about your ideas, your dreams, your operations, whatever it is that you do, your vision. Have your vision, write it down, make it clear, Create a vision board if you have to put it on the wall so that you can see it each day. Memorize it and be confident about what you are doing. Be confident about what you're doing. Let's look at our next characteristics. Goal setting. Are you someone who not just generate ideas, but you like to plan, you set goals, and you strive to achieve them? For example, you might say, I would like to make $20,000 today. You think of how you're going to make that $20,000. Probably 20 customers paying you $1,000, 10 customers paying you $2,000, or some other creative way. You never know. Maybe 4 customers, right, paying you $5,000. Are you someone who sets goals and likes to achieve them? That's a characteristic of an entrepreneur. And then we have opportunity seeking. Opportunity seeking it's another characteristics. For example, here we see in COVID, many individuals use the opportunity of being home to create online products. Okay? Opportunity seekers usually try to fill a gap. They usually try to satisfy a need. Okay? As soon as COVID was announced, we would see vendors on the street selling masks. And that was really interesting, meaning that they were opportunity seekers because they knew that persons would come out on the road not remembering to take a mask with them and would not be able to attain services or buy their products because they would not be allowed to be in buildings without a mask. Are you an opportunity seeker? Can you work independently? That's another characteristic. Mark you, an entrepreneur does not have to be someone who works alone, but you should be able to work independently to generate ideas, to be able to execute your plan. And at the same time, you should be able to, if needs be a team player. And all that would depend on the type of organization that you have. Because if you're a sole trader, most sole traders may not necessarily have assistants. They will work on their own. Now, what if you have most of the characteristics outlined? What next do you do? I want you know at this time to look on your paper. Look on the notes that you made. How many characteristics do you have? Evaluate those that you possess and those that you do not have. You're going to look on your strengths and look on your weaknesses. Let us do a self-examination as well. Evaluate your past in terms of looking on the major occurrences that shape you to be what you are today. Maybe, for example, you went to high school and you did clothing and textile as a skill, and because of that you grew to become a designer, and now you want to progress from being a designer to a retailer in that or a wholesaler, in that you're looking at the current situation and you're able to fill a gap or sustain a need in another area based on the skill that you have. Who knows? Look on your past, look at the current situation. Maybe your skill is no longer needed, right? But maybe some information, maybe the attitudes that you have gained, maybe some of the skills that you have harnessed over the years can be used in another industry. So look on your present situation. Are you out of a job now because of COVID? What can you do? Okay, you're a fashion designer. There is no demand for your clothes, right? However, in future, this might change. What can you do now? You can teach designing online. You can teach customers how to mend their garments at home. There are many persons now who have to take care of their children at home, their spouses at home, and they don't know how to sew. So maybe you can offer self-help classes. DIY, do it yourself. Maybe you can start a blog. Maybe you can show fashion that way. How to style, how to mix and match, how to use accessories. And you can grow your own brand online. So evaluate the past. What is it that you used to do? What are the skill sets that you have? Who are your customers then? Who may be your customers? Who are your customers now? And who may be your customers in the future? Okay. So you might have a traditional business, but because of the current situation with COVID, you're being forced to change your model, right? Or to add on some additional service that you never had before. Okay, so do that self-examination, right? You don't have to give up. You don't have to give up your skills. Don't take your light and put it under a bushel. Use what you have with the little that you have and try to make much of it. Decide on whether you want to become an entrepreneur or limit your potential and value by continuing to work for others. There are many persons who have had dreams, but because of fear, they do not launch out. They do not start their own business. And not just because of fear too. Sometimes we have wrong advisors. Sometimes we might share our ideas with friends or family members who are traditional persons, who do not share your same vision, who have a different personality. I read many years ago Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I was so amazed when I read that book Rich Dad Poor Dad, where he's where he spoke about having a father who was a teacher and being taught about how to excel in life, grow up, go to school, get an education, and retire with a pension. Okay. While on the other hand, his friend did not have that type of a father, right? And the outcome would have been so different if that individual did not have information. Listen to me. Who you're around make a difference. And knowledge is also power. These aren't the days where we see even children. We see children making money online. They have not even finished school. Okay? The information that we want to teach them as teachers, some are not even interested because they're finding quicker ways to make money online. And that is just the reality. That's just the reality. So we have to change our approach. We have to change how we think. And while an education is important, we see trailblazers like Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and many other successful entrepreneurs who did not complete college. They might have had basic education, but they did not at least have a college degree to be able to master their skills. But there were innovators and risk takers. There are idea generators, and they did not hide their talent under a bushel. They did not accept no when they made their proposals to others and they were shut down. They persisted. They pursued until they got their goals. Okay? Now, we have a few more slides and then we're going to wrap up. I want you to think, what kind of business should you start if you have not yet started your own business? The type of business that you start depends on you. It depends on, I want you to ask yourself these questions. What is your purpose? Do you even know your purpose? What are you passionate about? What do you dream about? What would you like to own? How would you like to help the world? How would you like to change the world? What do you do well? What problems can you solve? What do your potential customers need that you can provide? Is it humor? You might be a comedian and you can soothe the soul by sharing your jokes. and you can make money from it. Utilize the gift that is inside you. It all depends on you. So again, you have to do another self-examination. What skills do I have? Ask yourself and write it down. We have to establish our plans by writing them down. So get a piece of paper, write down. I can cook, I can talk, I can make people feel good about themselves. If you can make people feel good about themselves, maybe coaching might be an option for you. Right? I like to ensure that the place is clean and tidy. Maybe housekeeping is an option for you. I like to mix drinks. I like to see creative drinks. Maybe you need to be a bartender or someone who make cocktails. Who knows? Whatever that title is. What are your talents? What do you do best? Whatever it is that you do it to the best of your ability. And you will make a name for yourself. I think about this lady who came on social media teaching cooking skills at first. And then she segued into charity, right? She has a social enterprise where she assists other individuals, the needy. And then now I see she's now even doing matching, dating, right? And she has a big following, a big group. And all of this just started out by her teaching persons her cooking skills. She is now a trendsetter. She is now a leader. She's from humble background, humble beginnings. What about you? If she could do it, you can do it too. Think. What skills do you have? What do you do best? What resources do you have? Do you have land, building, raw material, friends who can help? We call them destiny helpers. Money, machinery, tools, scrap, maybe just one paint set and the ability to paint. What do you have? What do you need? Write it down. I have this particular skill, but maybe I need a canvas so I can show persons my skill. Maybe I need to paint on a wall and take a picture, right? Be innovative, be creative. How am I going to get this particular tool? Maybe you need to write letters to get sponsors. Maybe you need to have a sample of whatever it is that you can produce and network. People will believe in you if you believe in yourself. And there are persons out there who are willing to take a risk and to invest. Maybe you could even sell your innovation, sell your idea, and get royalty from it, if that's what they call it. Yeah, sell your idea. Sell your idea. Just think. Now, there's some persons who may have money and they're considering, why should I build a business instead of putting my money in a bank? Why not? Let's look. Banks will give interest on your investment, yes? However, it's generally based on a fixed rate of return, while you will positively contribute to society while improving your earning. You set your profit margin as well based on the prices that you charge. So that's a benefit. Those are two benefits you can look on. Now, let's look on some more. Benefits of having a business. You have the opportunity to be your own boss, the chance to show your creativity. You can determine your own future based on the risks that you take. You can make a difference in the lives of others. Lead a successful team. And make extra money in your spare time. Look at that. Benefits of having a business. You can supply the need or demand for a product or service. You can create employment. Isn't that wonderful to know that you can feed a family? You can contribute to economic growth of your country, to your nation. And you can also stimulate and encourage competition. Come on now. Yes, you too can become successful by starting your own business. Make money doing something that you love and possibly become rich. You never know what can happen. One thing I want to tell you, ensure that you have a winning personality. And if you don't, you can always hire a face for your organization to market your organization. And get the right destiny helpers who can help you in your weak areas. Okay? Because you know what? Two is always better than one. I want to encourage you today that now is the time for you to think about entrepreneurship. Now is that time. Now is that time where you can freelance, you can write, you can teach, you can earn from your personal videos. People are posting videos of their animals, their pets online, and they are getting money through sponsorship, through advertisement, through affiliate marketing. Okay? You can earn from online trading as well. You can market for others and earn that way as well. Earn by sharing your talent. Earn from a large following of your content. I see is it on Facebook or YouTube where you have badges where you can contribute. Persons come on and they're speaking and you can donate online. You don't have to even go through PayPal anymore. Right there on YouTube while the live is going on, you can donate, you can contribute, you can encourage. Okay? You can also rent what you own. Instead of having everything at home and you're not using it and you can't benefit, you can rent. Earn by helping others. Let's now recap. We looked today at the definition of an entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. And what we said an entrepreneur is one who owns his or her own business. Okay? And business must be legal. We looked at how globalization and automated systems has made it possible for different business models and for us to earn while we sleep. We looked on the personal entrepreneurial characteristics of the entrepreneur. We call these the pecs. These are the characteristics that allow us to be more competent and successful entrepreneurs. We looked on the benefits of having a business, which is just not only to gain a profit, but to help the society, to contribute to a need, to solve a problem. And last but not least, let me encourage you to evaluate your gifts and talents. We looked on that as well. Your gift can make room for you. Think, can you solve a problem? Who can I help? How can I help? Where can I help? These are just a few points that I focus on today. Now let me tell you about the next session. In the next session, we're going to discuss setting up and maintaining your business. And guess what? As a bonus for participating in today's lesson, you'll receive a list of business ideas that may help you to decide what business to start. This list includes work from home opportunities. If you're interested in getting this list, just send me a message. In the subject line, you can write lesson 1 bonus. And it'll be my pleasure to help you. Just simply email me at bizcoachja@gmail.com. That's bizcoachja@gmail.com. And you can collect your bonus. Work from home ideas, right? Yes, opportunities. What can I do? How can I start my business? These are opportunities for you. If you are a woman, a Christian woman, you are in a ministry or you are building a business, you're just starting out or you have one established, let me invite you to join the Facebook group Global Women Business Owners in Ministry Network. Now, the Global WBOM Network, the intent is to promote the members of the group. You can share your business cards, your promotional flyers on the page. Okay, you can share your social media handles and we can support each other. And it's my intent that at some point in the future, we'll have online live events, interviews, training, networking events, and maybe even an online trade show where we can showcase what we have, showcase the hairstyles for our fabulous hairdressers who are here, showcase the books for the authors who are a part of this network this club, this group. So I just want to encourage you to join. It's on Facebook, the Global WBOM Network. And see you again at our next session. Thank you so much for joining me today. See you soon.